is up, my people? We are in the W123 today, as you can tell. If you couldn't already tell, due to the steering wheel, lovely, lovely steering wheel. That is actually going to be part of what we are talking about today. Well, all of what we're talking about today is a little review of the steering wheel. I've had it for about a week now, and I've been driving the Meerkat quite a bit more than I normally do, just because I really, really like the steering wheel. So it's just hard to get away from this car, even though I am giving the 987S a lot of love, and also everything else a lot of love. But this is just me getting a little bit more special attention, just because I want to see exactly how well this is holding up, in a sense, as compared to the stock wheel or anything else. Now, just to release this information to y'all and disclose it, this is an eBay steering wheel. It was about, I'd say, a sub $100 setup that I could not be more than happy with. I'm going to close this sunroof just so you can hear me a little bit better, because that exhaust is loud and I ain't complaining. So, what do I like about the wheel? Well, the obvious reasons, the fact that it's got this suede material, it definitely does make my hands a little bit more hotter. It reminds me of the Squadron Corsa Huracans that I've been driving and everything, but that's a little bit different because you're wearing gloves when you're driving those. The durability of the wheel, it's, like I said, it's been about a week. Nothing is stripping out. I've seen some horror videos where some of the bolts strip out and some of the threading and stitching comes loose. I haven't had anything of the sort. One thing I can say, which isn't really negative because it's a very minuscule thing, I'm picking this apart here scrutiniously. It's not really a word, but whatever. Where the spokes get engulfed by the actual hoop and the grip, I've noticed there's some shrinkage, and you can see some adhesive lining, some residue where it was to where it shrank. Now, you're probably going to get that on any steering wheel, maybe not on a Momo wheel or something, and that might be the difference. But in the difference in price, like I said, I paid, I think, well, a tenth of the price, because the steering wheel is about 30 bucks, and then the hub was, I think, 40, 50 bucks for this. I'll try to find the actual link to this wheel and list it down below if, you know, any of you want to buy a wheel for yourself. I will say, though, I will say, the one thing I love about this wheel is that it hasn't had any negative issues as far as steering goes. Steering's still nice, tight and taut. The wheel, it's a 350mm deep dish wheel, so I like that. There's also been a video I've seen, that dude in blue, who made a video of why you shouldn't buy cheap eBay steering wheels, which kind of freaks me out because I don't want that to happen to me. Maybe if I decide to get one of these in the Porsche, I'll probably go with a higher quality wheel just in case. Or maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a track day and get one of these in the 987S and document how that holds up there. Just because I'm not really, there's not a lot of you know, lateral movement in this sense when I'm driving this car. I'm not tracking this, I'm not ripping this around. Like, this is pretty much the most of what you get. Like, this is even way too much because I'm shaking right now. But what I'm trying to get at is, when I turn and navigate through wherever, this is more like a city driving car for me. This isn't necessarily something I want to go out and race. And although it is a race car, all 90 horsepower, we're definitely looking at a race car. And I've got some huge plans for this car in the future. I'm not trying to leave reliability, just due to the fact that this is such a reliable car. If I do go through with the wide body I was talking about in the past and all that stuff, I'm going to kill reliability on this car. I'm going to hurl it into a completely polarizing direction, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to stick to just modifications that are perhaps enhancing to the reliability of this car. Anyway, not to get off subject with the wheel, we're about to make a sharp turn, so we'll just see. It feels better than the stock steering wheel, because the stock steering wheel felt like a boat, and it also felt kind of loose. Although it definitely wasn't loose off of the actual column, off the spline, due to the fact that that nut, I don't want to, maybe I will in the future make a video explaining exactly what I went through to get that off, because I'm sure other W123 owners are going to have to deal with a ton of nonsense, because I couldn't find anything anything online to help me out except for the fact, yeah, okay, well, you're screwed, just drill in and get that thing out. It smells like marijuana around here. I'm just driving through some back roads out here, and it seems like people are having some fun. Some good old herbal, natural, remedical fun. The steering wheel I got, it had like a Shocker logo, and I believe it was like a JDM drifting steering wheel, something. I had a similar wheel on the G37S with the 2J swap, but it wasn't a suede wheel, and now that they're making these suede wheels, oh god, it feels so good. It's crazy how much a small modification like this makes such a big difference. Like I said in a previous video, the car feels so much more spacious. Not to mention, you are always touching and making contact with the steering wheel, the shifter, the doors, the belts, anything that touches your body, anything that you make contact with, really. I would totally encourage investing in and making it better, of a better quality, of a better feel, just to enhance the drive, because honestly, that's one of the primary reasons I've been driving this around so much, due to my scheduling and where I've been driving. I've been able to, because I don't like to drive this too far, just in case it does break down. But yeah, it feels so cool driving this car. The view of the steering wheel, my peripheral, the yellow stitching, it's just so damn cool. And I don't really have too much more to get into in this video aside from the fact that it's just such a freaking cool wheel, and it's such a cool, inexpensive modification to make that you generally wouldn't think of. A lot of people put like the wood grain steering wheels on and Nardies and stuff, and that's cool and all, but it's just not my style. The fact that I want to darken up the interior rather than wooden up the interior, it doesn't bother me too much. I know how obnoxious that exhaust is. That will actually lead into my next point as far as why I love this freaking car. I'm looking around for cops right now, and I have no reason to. You know why? Because I'm not kidding, I'm in America right now, not Mexico. I haven't gone over the speed limit once driving this car, and you're just so busy. You're so busy because it doesn't have a lot of power, and you're so busy driving this thing around and moving around and navigating and everything. It's just crazy how much of a difference it makes compared to, say, if I hop in a 987, whereas I can get up to 70, 75, 80 miles per hour in second gear in that car. Whereas this, I'm probably in fourth or fifth gear going maybe 65 miles per hour. That explains a lot. And it's not that this is fast or I can track it, because realistically the car feels like a boat. I'll make a review on the vehicle later, but I just wanted to give you all a quick video to give you a rundown of how I'm enjoying the wheel. If I've had any issues with it, I'm good so far. Nothing negative. So, and if you're thinking about getting one of these wheels, I'm not going to tell you to, just because I feel like some of these wheels, like I've seen, you can't get past the part of how sketchy some of these are. But it's just intense how how awesome the wheel. I would recommend you try it out, but just try at your own risk. You know, I'm not responsible for anybody who loses a steering wheel and installs it incorrectly, or a faulty product that just totally fucks up your car. Don't fuck up your car. Do good things to your car. Be nice to your car. On that note, that's all I have for y'all today. Subscribe, that little red button down there, you can smack that, and see, I just went around the corner and it was awesome. I love this freaking thing. Smash that thumbs up, and yeah, like the video. Subscribe. Enable notifications after you subscribe, and peruse through the channel and check everything else out that I have posted on here. If you like this content, you're gonna want to subscribe, because it spoon feeds you every time I post content. It spoon feeds you all the content. And how are you gonna argue with that? I love autonomous tech and the fact that technology can make our lives so easy. And that's pretty much it. Have a good one.